Y'all ready to get your pickles tickled?
Yeah. Get it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Hess.
Today, we got Westworld Season 2, Episode 2, Union, and 3, Virte y Fortuna.
I watched 3 and 4.
No, you didn't.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say.
I watched 2 and 4. I skipped 3 because it started out Rosworld.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
Yes, I did. They go to Rosworld. She
bangs
the guy. And
yeah,
Rosworld's
like,
this can't be the right one.
We're not.
Are you lying to me?
He's lying.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
He's like, why would
I was
skip
gonna say Rosworld isn't bad. That's like the cool world. You got to see elephants and shit. That should be one you like.
Yeah, you probably.
So it was like 5 and 8 we're skipping, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it at the end. We might change some stuff up.
Okay.
But episode 2, Union starts out with Dolores and Arnold in a hotel room, and then Ford asks him if he's ready. Young Ford, you don't really see him. You kind of see him in the reflection a little bit.
You ready for this?
And they argue a little bit. He kind of says he's playing favorites, and he's like, "No, I'm not. She's really just
He's
not ready."
totally playing favorites.
He is, but he's
Yeah.
also not too. Because at the end, he says that like her communication isn't right, and you can kind of tell in the end. But they argue for a minute, and then Arnold walks Dolores to his house, which I didn't remember that his house wasn't built. For some reason, I remembered it like it looking how it does at the end of the season. You know?
I remember him saying he was building it for Charlie and his wife.
Yeah.
Whose house?
That's
Arnold's
what it was.
house.
That's what I knew you were gonna say.
I didn't say it.
I told him I meant to write down in my notes that Nick was gonna say that, and I forgot to, and I couldn't remember what it was.
I beat you to
But
it.
when he gets there, he shows him Charlie's room, and then tells her that she kind of reminds him of Charlie, which is a little creepy, I think. Since
Do you think when
made her
Arnold leaves the house, he's like, "Hey, Charles, you're in charge"?
No, because it's since
Do you
called
think we
Charlie,
ever-
not Charles.
Same thing.
Do you think
No,
we
it's
ever
not.
see that house finished?
Yeah, we do at the end
Yeah,
of the season.
end of the season when all the hosts
Do
are
we?
there having a party.
Yeah, and I think it's in the
That's right.
trailer because
Having
I think Charlotte Hill and Dolores are sleeping in it and cuddling.
Sleeping with the enemy. Sorry.
Is this just the random reference podcast?
Robert Redford?
No.
Anyways, he's telling her that sometimes he doesn't think people actually deserve this place. And then she ends up repeating the exact same conversation they had in the beginning of the hotel room. When she goes, "Have you ever seen anything so full of splendor?" When she's
Yeah.
looking out into the stars.
I'd be like,
in
no,
the city.
I haven't.
And but I like what he said because I feel like it rings true. Like a lot of people, like it's just another day. Like we see it every day. I mean, I know we don't live in like whatever fucking city they're in, New York City or
I think they're in China
whatever,
or
but
something like that.
Yeah, Hong Kong or
No,
something.
but yeah, I really liked his conversation too. And then Dolores is kind of like, "Wow, it's pretty out here,"
yeah.
and they ignores his whole fucking
want to
thing.
leave this place.
Yeah, which is
Like,
cool because
it's
she
not
references
all-
too later on that she's actually seen the outside world and all that.
Yeah, well, that's the whole reason we're seeing it.
Yeah.
I did think to myself, he is favoring her, because I think if you took any other host and spent as much time with him as
Well,
Arnold
he
did-
clearly is favoriting her, but she's also
I'm
not ready to. That's what I'm
assuming-
saying is both.
Oh,
That's like his baby, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
for sure.
Like that's like his project, his baby.
That's what she
You
also...
think he's banging her?
No.
Oh.
What the fuck is up with you today?
I just wondered, it's just a question.
If you were Barnold, if you were Bernard, would you bang her?
That'd be creepy because it would be like your child. It's like what something you made. Like imagine making a kid or not. It's making,
Did you see Curb Your
How far-
Enthusiasm?
It's making an adult, and then you're teaching them how to be and all this shit. Then you're like, you know what? I kind of want to fuck you.
I guarantee.
How much
How?
flack would HBO have got if, like, right after he says, "You remind me of my son Charlie."
Oh
then
my
they
god!
cut
And then
to
he
a
fucks
scene.
her right there,
Yeah, and then it's just you hear, like.
and they're
banging
not
on
building
the
a
wall.
house.
See, I wasn't thinking it as it reminded me of his son, because she's a full grown woman, so that's.
Well, that's what he said though, so you should have
Yeah.
been thinking about it like that.
Well, I wasn't.
Jesus.
So after that, Oh, sorry. I didn't understand who this guy was. The guy that all the hosts let run away an episode or two ago. I think the last step.
He's
ends
like
up,
one of the board members.
Yeah, he ends up getting to a Delos lab, and it turns out he was leading Dolores and all them there, which is the only reason they let him get away.
Johnny Black Eyes?
Johnny Black Eyes?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
The guy, he, like, got butthole eyes, and he's like...
Oh,
Remember,
no.
he was
I'm
Kevin
talking about-
McAllister's dad's brother.
Yeah, but that's not who he's talking about. The guy that got burnt and shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
In the milk? No, this is the guy that leads him to those people.
Okay.
But Dolores backs him into a wall and says that you did what you wanted because no one around was here to judge you, and now no one's going to judge or redo to you. And then he replies, you don't know what's really out there. And Dolores has flashes of being with Arnold to some Kanye music. Being like at his house and then does all that shit. And I like that scene a little bit. Because like, do you think there really is something like different out there in the world that he's talking about? He's like, you know what's really out there? Or do you think he just means like, no, you don't know what the real world's like. You're just a robot in a park.
I think
The latter.
yeah.
Really, I kind of wondered if it was a mix of both because that's kind of how they roll on this show.
Like they get out there and it's
Like
it's
I know
apocalypse.
they're gonna get out there and it's gonna be semi-normal, futuristic because
But-
we've seen the trailer. But is there gonna be some thing with the Delos board that like they've done something weird that like the hosts aren't gonna like or whatever out there, and that's what he's warning him about?
I don't think so. I don't think that guy's smart enough to know that.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like he's just trying to fucking come up with something so she doesn't kill him.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. I was just curious, like, why? Because like they don't usually bring anything up by mistake on this show like that, or like just like a side conversation like that, just like to warn them, like, hey, you don't want to go out there. It's a real world.
Well, no, I don't think that's. I
It
think
just seems so specific to me that I was like, oh, I wonder if there really is anything at all out there that like.
Well, I mean,
he's
look at
actually
look
warning
at the
them about.
second episode we watched. Like everyone's still in full like they're all doing. Even in this episode too, like with Gus's character, they all are. They're playing out their narrative.
Yeah, which they talked about that. I watched them on the behind the scenes, and they talked about the hosts doing their narratives still and all that. And so they're all awake now, and like Dolores has chosen to become white and like be different. But like Teddy and some of the other people, they've decided to keep those character traits because they think that like it's like that's who I want to be. That's my true self.
Yeah.
And then some of them like capable of being fully awake. So some of them are just like stuck in the loops.
Like
It was
from
very
GTA.
Yeah, it was very interesting like hearing them talk about that. They also mentioned I watched an interview and Stubbs mentioned he was like I told you about this episode 5 or 6. He was like, "Hey, what's going on with my character? Like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm doing." And they're like, "Imagine you're a host. Is everything okay with you guys?"
You guys froze.
Oh,
10 seconds. That's why I'm going like, what the fuck? I'm like, You guys were frozen for like 10 seconds, so I'm going, I couldn't hear a word you were saying. That's why I was like, what's going on here?
That's funny. Well, what I was saying is I watched the behind the scenes thing with Stubbs, and he was asking, I think it was Lisa Joy. He's like, "What's going on with my character? I have no idea what's happening in the show right now." And it was a scene him and Bernard were filming, and he was like, she was like, "Okay, imagine you're a host that was created for the sole purpose to like protect Bernard." And he was like, "Oh, what?" And that's how they told him he was a host. And Bernard, like actor Jeffrey Wright, was like, "Holy shit!" And they were both like excited about that. But so like they told him on episode 5 or 6 of filming this season.
Wow.
And they did mention
Of
that,
this season.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright mentioned that like the way like the actors portray the characters and all too. They did a lot of rewrites. They weren't talking about season 1. They're talking about this season. But as they go through, they did change a lot of their plans because they liked the way certain actors did this, certain actors did that. So they could have changed him because they liked him more and made him a host like that, or it could have been their plan the whole time. But I thought it was interesting that they at least talked about
That
it.
is interesting.
Because at first he was like, "Yeah, I was at the end of last," because they talked about like what happened at the end of last season and where'd you end up now. He's like, "End of last season, I had went on vacation with like, and he was actually naming the Indians. He knew the names of people that took him and all that." And he's like, "Thanks to this person, they came and saved me, blah blah." But I was like, that's kind of funny. He's like, "Yeah, I just went on vacation for a little bit."
That's funny.
He reminded me a lot of Tom Hardy, like him, because he had such a thick accent talking too, and the way he cut his hair and the way he was dressed, it just seemed very Tom Hardy. Like he just didn't give a fuck about anything.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. He's kind of funny on Twitter.
Yeah, I liked him in the interview.
Like when Westworld's going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that. I remember in one of the last podcasts, Hess was like, "Yeah, I follow him on Twitter. If he's not in the next season, I'm gonna unfollow him." I think that was like season 1 or whatever.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I swear.
So if he's not in season 3, you're like gonna unfollow him?
I might have already unfollowed him.
Wow.
Like, so you go through your followers, you're like,
No, well, because I created that new account, on my work phone.
your burner?
Yeah, my burner account, and so I was going through like clicking to follow around the same people, and my Xbox just turned on. It's fucking weird.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you make another account instead of? And I'm just serious wondering. Instead of just changing your name and stuff on the other account.
What do you mean?
Like instead of just changing your Twitter username and all that stuff, why'd you just make a new account?
I don't know. I just felt like making a new account.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. What was the reasoning?
He was asking me, and I'm like, fuck if I know.
Yeah, I don't really think there was a reason. Just
He's like, I want to have 2 followers, damn it.
You're just bored. You just wanted a new account.
pretty much.
Oh, that's
Like,
interesting.
well, and then like at work, I use my work phone pretty much the whole time.
Mhm.
So like the phone that like you guys have the number, I don't use like that's usually just sitting on my desk.
So then now you have a Twitter account for that one too.
Yeah, which I could have just.
Do you ever tweet at your other account and like make it look like you guys are having conversations with each other?
No.
So Logan, I really liked all this stuff. Logan and William are at a diner and they meet some hosts from Westworld to do. They're going to be Westworld.
Oh yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, they're going to meet about. This is like when they're like, oh, are we going to put money in this or not? And William ends up leaving, and on his way out, he looks and sees Angela. Got her name now, not just the girl that introduced him.
I totally forgot her name.
Made sure to catch her name.
Yeah.
So he looks at Angela, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. He didn't even catch when he goes to Westworld in like probably a couple months. Maybe not even a couple, maybe like a month or so. He sees her again and like has this whole conversation with her. And
Are you real?
Yeah. And what I thought was kind of funny too is Logan ends up banging her and he's like, oh, I don't want to make my friend wait. Do people normally bang you? Like all this stuff. And she's like, it doesn't matter. But I was like, oh, Logan did.
Yeah.
But so then the hosts take Logan back to a hotel room and they want him like to be like, hey, go mingle, talk to people, see if you can spot the host. And he's walking around and he's like telling him like, oh, this is stupid. All the robots are easy to pick out here. And then he sees Angela like there standing weird. And he's like, oh, fuck, it's her. And he goes over to her and then like all the other ones freeze, like playing the piano and all this shit.
Yeah,
And then he realizes
that was cool.
Everybody in the room's a host.
Yeah, that was really cool. When I was watching it, I was like...
And then he had to go change his pants.
Well, yeah, he's banging.
I remembered him getting in there and getting tricked because everyone was a host.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember how he figured it out. And then he
Took him a long ass time.
And then he turns and then she's just like standing there. He's like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh, that's right."
Yeah.
And then they show that guy that's in the next episode. That's
He's one of the guys. His name's like Kitchita, I think.
Oh no, I was gonna say the.
Oh, the one of the commanders.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Dolores ends up trying to kill. Yeah,
That's
they
cool.
show a lot of people there. Like they're like, hey, put him in here, so then you can see him later.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool way to get somebody like, oh, he's been here the whole time.
Yeah, I like too how like Dolores isn't in that like set of them doing that stuff because she's not ready. You know, Ford was asking that earlier. And which means like so Arnold's around. It'd been kind of cool if we saw Arnold there. Like I know the test they just had the host do all that.
Yeah.
But seeing Arnold,
You think
and
Arnold Ford would be there?
doing something like that would have been
Yeah.
kind of neat. But then after he's banging, you see Dolores kind of peek in the room.
It'd be cool if in season 3 they show like them buying like the company.
Yeah, I want to see more of those flashbacks, especially because I like Jimmy Simpson.
Oh yeah, but you know, like see Jimmy Simpson and then Logan's dad being like, "All right, we'll give you this," and then like Anthony Hopkins going, "No, I need this," and Arnold's being, "Oh, we shouldn't do this. I'm gonna kill myself."
But wouldn't Arnold would be dead though.
Oh, he would.
So he couldn't be in those meetings.
He'd be his ghost. He'd be boo.
Yeah. Although, so I guess maybe that's kind of so Arnold couldn't have been at that meeting because he's probably dead then, right? If they're investing money into it there then, and Logan's doing that, and then I guess
It just depends when it happened.
yeah. It kind of confused me there for a second. So a couple of hosts have Lawrence hanging upside down. I remember you complaining about a lot of the storyline.
Yeah. What?
When I get to, you remember you complaining about this storyline last season?
No, but I didn't hear what you said before that.
I'll get to it. But I was just curious on what your thoughts are now. But a couple of hosts have Lawrence hanging upside down on top of an anthill. The man in black rolls up on a horse and saves him, cutting the ropes from Lawrence. And then one of the men get back up to attack him, and he's swinging, gets the gun, throws it to the man in black, and he kills him and all that. But I remember last season you saying you didn't like a lot of the Man in Black storyline with all that because it was too similar to the first season. Do you still agree with that? Because I remember I didn't think that, but I remember you didn't really like it as much.
I don't remember thinking that. It didn't occur to me this time. I really
That's
liked
good.
this second episode a lot.
Yeah, I do too. This is probably one of my favorites.
I don't care as much about the Men in Black and Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. It's like one of my... Like, if I could only watch a couple storylines, that would probably be my one I would pick.
You watched
last.
Maeve's before that?
Okay, it'd be second to last.
Okay, there we go.
But I like the people around Maeve. Like, I like Felix, and I like...
They're not even in it till the next episode.
Sylvester.
Yeah, and what's the...
Sizemore.
Hector.
That's
Even
the last
Sizemore, he's
name.
annoying, but he'll say stupid shit that's...
Yeah.
Just walking around with a fucking donkey.
Yeah.
I will give you, I enjoy her storyline this season way more than I did originally watching it.
Yeah. And you know what I thought of... we'll get to it when we get to the episode.
But so they ride up to a bar. The man in black punches a hole in the wall. He calls it cheating, gets a med pack and all that. Then tells Lawrence that he and every other asshole is now free. And then he says the Westworld exists so that people could sin in peace, and that they were watching and telling, like they're like tallying up all their sins and choices and judging them. And they had something else in mind also. Like instead of judging them, they had something else. What do you guys think that something else was that they were keeping track of these people? Do you think it was like a marketing thing? Like, oh, we're gonna like they kill these certain people and they do this and that.
I think it's just that it's like, well, I think we talked about this last. It's like Facebook. They just get everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Data sharing and everything.
Can you try to adjust his cord a little bit just because you hear that buzzing? Oh, you don't hear it at all? Okay, well then maybe it's just my headphones. Make sure the camera's still good then for him.
It's just on his nose. Is that okay?
No, that's not really good at all. But so you think it's just like them?
I think it's I think it's a combination of everything. That's how I take it.
Because what do you think the reveal is going to be? Because it seems like they would definitely put that in here for when they get outside, they learn about Delos and all that. Like they learn like, oh shit, they're doing this. Like, what do you think? Because like I think it would have to be a bigger thing than it just being like. Well, you don't think so?
If it's the future, like you remember last episode on Random Ramblings, when he was talking about his phone getting his DNA and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if it's the future, they might have. Oh yeah, that guy liked this at there, so they just like market it.
And that's how they market them more.
But it's more. It's. Yeah, I mean that's just spitballing, but.
Mm-hmm. You don't, because I remember last year we were thinking also that like they had something else in mind. They could be people come into the park and then they make hosts of them and then put them in parks that they don't go to and shit. So then that's how they can make it.
They might be cloning people. Who knows? But that's
making a clone of someone and sending them back to the real world.
Or I remember shooting them to Mars.
That was a big thing me and Hess liked a lot last season. Is that they were keeping people and that was actually a storyline in Future World. Is that people come to the park, they clone them. Keep the real people and send the clones out to the world. Remember that? And there's a whole chasing, and the guy chasing himself around. It's real stupid. That's a whole storyline in Future World.
I try to put that out of
so that could be another thing as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I would enjoy that if that was a thing.
Did you notice that when they went in that bar? First thing I thought is, okay, you're on your own storyline now. Whatever his name is, Lawrence. And the other two guys are just fucking drinking whiskey. So he's like, give us the bottle. And then he fucking paid him. Remember you said no one gets paid?
You and your fucking money.
Yeah, but all he did, but the thing is that he just said 2 whiskeys. He fucking flipped a coin, and then he said, leave the bottle. Then they walk away. The bottle's still sitting on the goddamn fucking bar.
Well, that'd be leaving the bottle, isn't it?
Yeah, but my point was...
His point is that he paid him.
He paid him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he does this. You can punch holes in walls and get med packs and shit. I bet you they do when you get to Westworld. They give you a sack of coin, and they're like, "Here you go."
It's like Disneyland money or something.
Yeah. You really don't hear this fucking buzz?
No, I don't hear anything.
It's a constant bzzz in my ear, and I swear, if this is in the recording,
there is like a little.
And you're just deaf, and I'm editing this podcast later, and I hear this buzz, I'm gonna come out there and tickle your asshole.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Just warning you. And also, you need to get over your money in Westworld because I don't think we'll ever get the answer.
He said that no, they never paid anybody. He goes, I don't think we've ever seen anyone get paid.
And I agree. And I agree with. I said that last time too. I don't remember anybody ever paying. Well, I didn't even notice it in this episode.
Well, now you remember.
So there you go.
There you go.
Dolores does her routine with her little paint can. She drops it. Teddy grabs it, freezes, and James Delos helicopters into the park with William. I really like this scene too. And William, right in front of Dolores, tells James Delos about how they can keep track of guests' data. Because at first he's like, I don't care about the future, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I just care about like the reputation of my business and all this shit. And then William talks him into investing into the park more.
Yeah.
Which this is clearly after he's already been with Dolores and lost his mind a little bit in the park. And sent Logan out there naked on a horse.
Yeah, because now he's got Logan's job.
Yeah.
We think.
And they walk off, and he's like, "Oh, tell me your plan." And he walks up and he whispers, and you don't get to fucking hear it because it's annoying, and they don't want you to know.
I know, like that's the part I want to hear. Like,
yeah,
you guys didn't watch it with subtitles? It says what he says.
Like when they're walking away.
I did.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say because I know all last time we watched the show, we had watched with subtitles, and we didn't see that.
When I'm at the gym and I watch it, it's with subtitles because it's just clicked on my phone. So
yeah.
I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm once, and it's like I don't need subtitles for this.
I found it very interesting, and I wonder if it will play into them like taking host's data and all of that. He did say it in front of Dolores, so now she's outside the world. She knows what Delos is doing.
Will be touched on in the new season.
What's she gonna do about it though?
She break in to Delos, and I'm putting a stop to. All right, the SD card got full right in the middle of us talking. We didn't realize for 5 minutes. So Dolores, I think she's gonna break into Delos for some reason. We talked about. I don't remember if this was in it or not. How there's a storyline in Future World of the clones and all that. Maybe that is happening, and Dolores is going to try to stop that. Something with that information about them taking out Data.
Her and Aaron Paul?
Yeah. And he'll be like going in there and be like, I'm taking down these
You're
clones,
free,
bitch. Wow, fucking jinx, baby.
I think him and Dolores are going to make meth.
Maybe.
And it's even better than Walter White.
Yeah.
Is that even possible, bro?
It's going to be called, like, Crystal Blue.
Maybe they'll come up with a better name. Hopefully they get better. What do they call the other one? Blue Crystal? Not even really that, but Crystal Blue.
Aqua.
They just called it Blue, right?
Baby blue. Got the blue stuff. Hey, baby, you want some blue?
Maybe they just call it Chili P.
Chili P. Oh, maybe.
Because it's Dolores, it'd be Chili D.
Oh, and because it's Aaron Paul, it'll be Sexy D.
Now we're just talking about
dick.
dicks.
All right, so Dolores and Teddy, we did talk about this, but Dolores and Teddy meet Maeve and Sizemore and Hector, and Maeve calls Dolores out for controlling everybody. What are your thoughts on that? Did you find that interesting?
Yeah, I said Maeve's a bitch. Oh, no. Yeah, because Maeve's doing the same fucking thing, but then...
Yeah.
But then I told you that she's not, because Maeve isn't telling anybody she's being controlled. She's like, no. I mean, she's telling them you're being controlled. You're coming with me. Dolores is like, no. You're free. You could do as you please. But really, it's fake.
It's a mirage.
Yeah. But Maeve is like, no, you're coming with me. You're going to help me get my daughter to get out of the park. And blah, blah, blah.
Maeve's like, you work for me. You're my bitch. Eat my clit. Suck my tit. That's her slogan.
That's her slogan?
No.
Yeah.
She needs some fucking help. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it kind of depends on like how free Bernard and people are next season.
I think they'll be very free next season.
Well, not if Dolores is in charge.
She's not going to be in charge.
Free fallen? Free or?
Free.
God, you guys have fucking millions of them this episode, don't you?
Well, we're just on a little...
So Dolores...
Hey, would this work for you? I found this. SD card?
Well, yeah, want to hand it to me since it's empty, and I'll put it in there now.
Yeah.
Then Dolores walks into a bar, tells the Confederados that they will not make it to glory if not under her control. And I accidentally wrote down here, not underwear command, so I don't know.
Wow.
Her command.
Yeah, but if not under her command, and then...
Panties.
Yeah.
Under panties command.
Fuck you both. But then she says a little code word, and Teddy goes, whoop, now I'm back. And just starts fucking killing everybody. And then she brings all the hosts back, and now they're going to work for her.
But how much does she get done without Phil?
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you knew his name. I knew you loved that guy last time.
I did. Because she's like, she kills everyone, and she's like, hey, Phil, get him. And then he has...
So does she say his name, or does she just like go do that?
She just tells him, and he's like, okay,
bring him back online.
He's like, just don't blow me up on the train later.
I don't want to be like Melty Face. Oh, yeah, he gets blown up, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It's fucked up. I
that.
was sad, remember?
And you shed a tear. I think you poured one out for your homie when we did that
Maybe.
one.
40.
So this one, in my memory of this show, I thought this was William's wedding. And it's James Dalis' retirement party.
Oh, yeah, no, because his daughter's there.
Yeah, I thought his daughter was...
You thought she was a bastard?
Yeah. I mean, she looks like one. At James Dalis' retirement party, William's daughter tells Dolores that she's beautiful. And after some time, Dolores walks out to see the city and says, have you ever seen anything so full of splendor? And then Logan interrupts her while doing...
I rolled my eyes when she said
he's
that.
doing some kind of future heroin stuff.
Yeah, I think you said that last time.
Yeah, he's got... Well, because it's got like 4 holes. It's like, poof, I need more.
It's like...
He's doing crystal blue.
There you go.
Yeah. But then Dolores, or he tells Dolores, do you want to know what they're really celebrating inside there? And he says, this is the start of the species starting to burn, and they lit the match, and then he toasts and say, may your forever be blissfully short.
Because he knows what they're going to do to his dad. Right? trying to make him live forever.
I think he knows all the board members and all. He knows all the Delos secrets.
He knows all the Delos.
And like they want to all live forever. They're all going to become host hybrids. That's William's plan. Blah 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 blah. So he knows that's going to happen, and he knows it's a bad idea. It'll kill species, and it'll get everybody out of the park.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen for him.
Yeah, or did it? And we haven't seen.
Remember
it
when we thought he was the guy that goes and talks to? We thought it was Old Man Logan talking to. What's his name?
Oh, talking to his dad?
No, talking to Man in Black's daughter in the second episode. The guy with the gray hair sits down. We're like, who is that? And there's like a big. We probably talked for a fucking whole podcast.
I forgot about that.
I didn't because I was like,
what if I never even thought about that. Now, what if they had like William, the asshole he is, after some time now has made maybe not a host hybrid because I guess you'd need.
Oh, maybe he took one of his needles and he's got to clone Logan.
But he does have a Logan now. And like it'll be
and
weird,
it's like just his butler,
because it'll be Ed Harris, but it'll be young Logan, and like them together next season. Wouldn't that be kind of interesting?
I feel like Ed Harris would just kill him.
Well, no,
he'd have to like make like 8 of them.
He'd go, "Hey, Logan," and he's like, "Who the fuck are you, you old man?" And William.
You just want to see Logan again.
Yeah, we'll see him again.
That would be funny though to see like an old man Logan, and
then
in black,
and then he finds his little girl. And they go on this adventure together, and she has claws that come out of her feet.
That's Old Man Logan, and he's going to be wearing the white hat, and he's going to fight the man in black.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool. You know, you guys completely missed my Wolverine joke, by the way, and I'm very disappointed.
What? I'm sorry.
Because he said Old Man Logan, and I said he finds a little girl, and she has spikes that come out of her feet this time. And
Wolverine.
Wolverine! The Man in Black and Lawrence meet Gus from Breaking Bad, and he's the new...
That motherfucker's in everything.
Yeah, really.
I know.
He's the new El Lazo. Then El Lazo... I thought that was funny. He's like, don't you recognize him, Lawrence? He's the new you. And I was like, he doesn't really look anything like what Lawrence looked like as that.
Because, like, when I was watching it, and I was like, I'm like, who does he look like? I'm like, well, I don't recognize him.
Yeah, then he's like, oh, he's just El Lazo.
Oh.
Because he doesn't... To me, it doesn't same clothes. It may be the same, like, stance, but, like, I don't know how he knew it was El Lazo. I wouldn't have...
Because he goes to the park all the time.
I guess, so maybe he knows in that area.
Yeah.
What?
One guy's black.
Well, yeah, but they switch him around. Dolores' dad turned into a Mexican at the end of first episode.
Yeah, no, it's his. Yeah, he was being a smartass.
But so the El Lazo tells the Man in Black the story about elephants, which I thought Hess would like. You know, they chain up little elephants, so then the big ones can't get out of the chains.
I don't like that. It's just
it wasn't chains.
Yeah, it wasn't it? Oh no, it was a post or whatever. But so then.
Steak.
Yeah, the stakes. The Man in Black grabs El Lazo, holds a gun to his head, and tells him to make his men follow him. And then El Lazo says, "This game was meant for you, William, but you must play it alone." And then all the men shoot themselves, which is so weird. So
fucking nutbag.
So Ford,
that was cool though.
Ford knew he was gonna get there, find El Lazo, did all that, and put a little message in him. Or
I think that message must be in the host, and they're like, okay.
So if he grabs Dolores, they'll go, "This game was meant for you, William."
No, because she's free.
Free falling.
But
Hey, Hess did that before.
What?
It was Ford. Like.
Do you think he specifically put it in El Lazo? Or
no, I think he specifically put it in.
Like if he would have grabbed one of the.
He put it in his own little boy.
Yeah, that's
his little Pinocchio.
Sounded way dirtier than you meant it. But I feel like I feel like Ford knew the way he was gonna go about this. And did it specifically hosts.
Let's not forget, William goes there all the time, right?
Yeah.
Who's there all the time watching all this shit? Ferrari.
Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is he knows William like the back of his hand. So he could be, he's going to go to this house, he's going to do this, he's going to go to this town, he's going to go over here.
Probably.
I don't know the back of my hand that well.
I don't either. If you put a picture of the back of my hand and like the back of someone else's hand,
I don't
think that looks similar to mine, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Maybe the top of my foot, I know.
Would you know like if you put your penis on a screen and Hess's penis on a screen and then another penis on the screen, would you be able to tell which one's your penis?
I don't think so.
How about you, Hess? Could you tell your penis up a bunch?
Yeah.
If it was what was the third guy, like Michael Jordan?
Okay, how about this, Hess? There's there's a blanket over this thing. You can't see what the girls look like at all. All you see is their vaginas. You got Abby's here and 4 other women. All you see is their vaginas. Could you tell which one was Abby's?
Yes.
What if one was trimmed to look like hers?
No, yeah, they all are like shaped and whatever to look.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I feel like I could.
You think you could? We'll have to test this next time we come over.
Right.
Me and Nick will lay in the...
Go and get all my ex-girlfriends.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like, hey, Echo, can you come here for a minute?
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
You know why I remember that name?
Leave your shit behind.
I fucking did pictures today, and the girl's name was Echo. And I was like, what the fuck? I hope she doesn't poop on her. Put it away.
Where was I with this? Oh, yeah, they all shoot themselves, wherever that's at. You must play this game alone. Oh, yeah, then El Lazo says, I'll see you in the Valley Beyond, William. I like that the Ford calls him William. In my notes, I almost want to call him William.
Oh, it is his name.
But you have to call Man in Black because there's scenes with William. But so as they walk away, Lawrence asks, who the fuck is Robert? I like that.
Oh,
part.
yeah, that was funny.
And did he build this place you're going to? And the Man in Black replies, I built it, and it's my greatest mistake. Which is funny because he's going to end up going there and get turned into the hybrid shit. William tells Dolores to bring herself back online. I like this. He's like doing a little interview with her. And
and William did.
And he
was mean.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't believe I fell in love with you. You're just a thing. And he spits on her.
And he starts jerking off.
No, he's not like that one dude going over to Hector and...
He wanted to. He was holding it back.
But he tells her to bring back online and says the answer to her question... I don't know what I wrote here.
His notes are a bigger question than Westworld.
Panny's command.
There is an answer... Oh, sorry. I'm just retarded. There's an answer here to the question that no one has ever even dreamed of asking. And then he shows her his creation, and it's like, and you go out there and you see Westworld creating all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And he turns to her and says, have you ever seen anything so full of splendor?
Yeah.
I like that. And that's kind of like a big, like...
That's what the goddamn name of the episode should have been.
Yeah. That was a big F you to her, though, I feel like. Hey, have you ever seen anything so full of splendor?
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, nice 40 shirt, Nick. Look what I built. You know?
Wow.
Hey, it's a close up to Hess.
Close up.
Teddy and Dolores ride up where the Man in Black was, like literally right where El Lazo's shit was, and they talk about the Valley Beyond, and she says it's not just they just keep saying all these different names everybody has for it.
Glory.
And she says, an old friend is foolish enough to show me where it is, and it's not a place, it's a weapon. Because like they're gonna turn it into the thing so they can get out of the park with all the host information. Yeah, they do that actually.
It still plays.
Well, I think it's different because like for the Man in Black, well, like, yeah, it's a place because it's like a virtual thing. But I think you can see in multiple ways if they do something with all the hosts.
Yeah, I know that. She's just being.
Yeah, dramatic. You're just an asshole, and you don't like anything in this show.
She's very dramatic.
She's dramatic.
Westworld Season 2, Episode 3, Virte y Fortuna, opens up with William's daughter in Rosworld, and she wants to, like, her and this guy, they meet, they're going to go up in a room and bang, and she's like, I need you to prove to me that you're not a host. So she grabs a gun, and he's like, well, you going to shoot me?
Yeah.
I totally thought that she killed that guy and he was a host.
I kind of thought that, too.
And I'm like, he rolled over, I was like, oh, fuck, he wasn't a host.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand their fucking guns.
Yeah,
it's because it's just sci-fi. It's just meant that it doesn't kill humans. Just like the host can read humans, the guns can read humans too.
If you say who you say you are, this is just gonna sting a little bit.
That's not what she sounded.
Bill Murray in Caddyshack.
Wow. So after all that, they end up banging.
But he got rewarded. I feel like we talked about this last time. I said like, I would go through getting shot if I get my dick sucked afterwards. Like, all right.
I don't think I want to get shot.
I guess when Hess comes over Thursday, I gotta pop out my gun.
Not by gun. I don't want to get shot.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it didn't actually look that bad. It didn't even like draw blood.
He fucking knocked him over and he rolled around going,
yeah, but it didn't even draw blood, so it can't be that bad.
And then what is he, a fucking soccer
he's
player?
He's an overreactor. So after that, they bang, and this is probably Hess's favorite parts. They ride elephants down to this area. And then Emily realizes that the hosts are missing from a certain location, and she finds that she goes to this room, all the humans there are dead. And one guy walks up and says, "These violent delights have violent ends."
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, and he shoots the man that she just banged, and then she runs to the tent to load.
Worst shot ever.
Yeah, runs to the tent to load a shotgun, and as the host walks up to her with a knife, and then I put down here, this is a lot like the Maeve and Man in Black scenes.
Half his fucking head off.
Yeah, but
that was cool though.
But this is a lot. This is a lot like the Maeve and Man in Black scenes where she runs in the house, get a shotgun, is all scared.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls out his knife and walks towards her and all that shit.
He fucking cocks his gun, shoots the one on the dude, fucking goes to shoot her, misses, and then like in slow motion goes.
Well, because I think they wanted it to be like that, because like how the Man in Black does that and just walks up slow.
Maybe. And you know what I thought about this little part? When they fucking get there with the elephants go down and gets off, and I was like, well, fucking Game of Thrones couldn't get elephants.
Yeah. This didn't even have a dragon later on. Emily kills the host and runs off. She ends up running into a tiger. The tiger chases her past the safe zone, and then as she shoots him and knocks her into the water.
I thought she ducked and the tiger just flew into the...
Really?
That's what I remember.
And then she's like, you know what? I'm staying in Roswell.
It went, whoop!
Yeah, like he was like, whoop!
It was like Scooby-Doo, and she's like,
I remember because I think we played it like slow motion to see if she was dead or something in one of our videos or something.
Well, she shows back up at the end of this. I don't know why we would have.
I don't know why we would have either. Yeah. But like, it fucking nails her. But I was thinking, the funny thing is, he was like, the tiger was like Jason Voorhees. It's just like walking after her, not even running. Which you figure the tiger could run and catch her. Because I'm pretty sure tigers are faster than humans. But then
she was just toying with her.
Well, and then at the end,
it's hunting, so it's trying to.
Well, so then at the end, it runs when I feel like the tiger would fucking know there's a cliff and not fucking jump.
I didn't realize we were doing a podcast with the tiger expert over here.
Well, now you know, bitch.
He goes. I'm not an expert. He goes to the zoo every week. Thinks he knows tigers.
Mr. Siegfried.
Tiger didn't go crazy. He went tiger.
So Goggle Girl walks up.
No, but real quick before we move on, I really did think about skipping this episode because I was like, because I thought we were skipping the Roswell. We had
like a 10-minute conversation about this.
Yeah,
Roswell's only in the opening, and we'll never see it again. I don't think.
All right.
And
what worlds are we skipping?
We'll talk about it at the end of this.
We won't get to the end.
Yeah, we will. We've only been going for fucking 30 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, recording-wise on that, because the fucking thing died. Goggle Girl walks up to Bernard and Stubbs and Carl and informs them that someone took out the cradle, which I was like, oh, you know what that is now. And then we see them enter where we now know the train crashed and, what was his name, Phil? Phil perished in.
I forgot that is where that is.
Then Charlotte Hale, Dolores, I believe, walks up to them and says, Bernard, you made it out alive. I didn't know you had it in you. And then asks him where Peter Abernathy. She asks all of them and goes, where is he, Bernard? He seems to keep getting away from us, doesn't he? And then Bernard has memory flashes. Oh, fuck, I lost where I was. Bernard has memory flashes toward him and the real Charlotte Hill are now searching for Peter Abernathy. They find him captured by Rebus, trick him over to like knock him out. They give him an attitude adjustment. And I was like, oh, this is why he doesn't want that girl shot in the first episode. And then I really like at the end of this when the lady is running away and she's like, get away from me! Get away from me! And he's like, yeah, run towards the trees. I'll escort you. And he's so oblivious that she's afraid of him now.
Yeah, because he has no idea. I also like that they made him like a fucking expert shooter but a nice guy. So he just like kills everybody.
Yeah. It's so weird for that guy too because he just plays a dick in everything.
Yeah.
But I really like that scene. And so like the whole like they trick him over and all that.
I don't think I would have known that Charlotte Hale was Dolores unless you told me.
I was 100% sure about that, and then once you questioned me, I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not." But I don't know what. Like, it has to be.
Okay.
Because like she's the one that's
what are your thoughts on that?
That's the Charlotte Hill
I don't really have any thoughts.
she kills Stubbs and all that. I mean, it'd be nice if we were doing a podcast with guys that paid attention. But she's the one that kills Strand and all that in that room, and then that's when we get the reveal that oh shit.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't think I would have put two and two together.
I thought it was later in the season that should happen.
No, it's at the end.
At the last episode we see it happen, but I'm pretty sure
this
timeline Charlotte Hale is already Dolores.
Like the flash that we got, because it's only like a minute flash with those people.
Yeah, and then you don't see her very much, and she's in the same clothes. I think she just stole her clothes.
Like little Han Solo clothes.
Peter Abernathy starts singing to get himself caught, and then Charlotte Hale gets away. He ends up getting Bernard captured too. Dolores meets with the Colonel and has Clementine drag out of Delos. Man, she looks fucking crazy when she's dragging out that dude.
She's still my favorite.
She hands the commander dude a P90, tells the Delos dude to run, and she says, if he makes it over the hill, I don't know, he doesn't make it over, so I didn't write down what she said. He shoots him with the P90, and then he decides to fight with Dolores. I like how excited they all get, too, when they finally see P90. He's like, and they're like, well, and she's like, yeah, and those are the weapons we'll be fighting with.
Well, could you imagine?
I know. And then they don't even fight with those anyways. They all have fucking stupid, like...
Single shot, fucking loaded with fucking bullet, whatever that's called.
Single shot guns loaded with bullets.
Bullet powder.
It's like using the Car 98.
Mm-hmm.
Gunpowder. where you got to actually pour it in and then beat it down.
They're not using muskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty old.
But they were old, but they weren't that bad. This is just Old West, not like World War II.
That's Jerome's favorite game of all time. Civil War.
What?
No, it's not. Maeve and the gang are still heading to get her daughter, and then an Indian shows up for Sizemore to save him, but they all think he wants to kill them, and then after being chased for a bit, they end up running to an elevator. I found that interesting this time, because like they just keep going, like they just are relentless to try to save him, and then they would all potentially could have died from Hector, just to get Sizemore, which is very interesting.
Yeah, see, that's something I was like, oh yeah, they want to save him, but then I was
they want to bring him to Stubbs and I think Emily.
But then I kind of question myself sometimes with stuff, so that's why I'm glad we're rewatching it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think this episode was quite as good as the second episode, but there was little things in there I was like, oh fuck, I'm glad we're rewatching that, because I just feel like when we go into season 3, the first episode, maybe none of this shit will matter, but I think some of it will.
I don't think it'll matter until like towards the end, probably. But I think it's good. It's good to remember. Even just getting their names back and all that shit is good.
Mm-hmm. Like with Abby has not been watching with me,
and
I go, "You're gonna watch the new season, right?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "You really should try and watch like this shit over."
Yeah.
She goes, "Both seasons?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you're not gonna know shit. Like,
you're gonna forget. What's bad for her is you're gonna have to be informing her.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna tell her. I go, "You're just gonna have to listen to the goddamn podcast."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope I'm informing you, Abby.
Listen to Jerome fucking talk about your vagina.
Sorry about that, Abby.
Yeah. Would you recognize your girlfriend's vagina?
Hess is gonna come home tomorrow and she's like, "You better recognize this pussy, bitch." The men from earlier roll up to Dolores' camp, and they have Peter Abernathy and Bernard, and she asks for her dad to be held alone, and then says, "Put Bernard with the others." She kind of looks at him like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And then she talks to him for a bit, her dad, and she starts freaking out, and then she says, "Oh, I'm gonna go get you some help," and he's like, "I need to get on the train. I need to get on the train. I need to get on the train." That guy deserves an award. Like, I don't know if he's won an award for this show, but he deserves an award.
I agree.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he wouldn't even be up for one.
Probably not. Yeah. Sizemore.
He endorses that one podcast, the official Westworld podcast.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I remember you telling us something about that.
Yeah. Like they actually had him. Like he made he cut like a promo for him. Like,
oh, really?
This is the original Peter Abernathy. And I get my Westworld information on the official Westworld podcast.
I doubt that, considering he's on the show.
Hopefully he gets it from the fucking script.
I don't even talk to traders or read my script. I just listen to the podcast that, they're talking about the show I already filmed.
We should go for like a low, but like one, who has a super small part. And just be like, hey, would, like if, because they have,
we'll get the flies.
No, what's that one where you like pay people to wish someone a happy birthday?
Oh, Cameo.
Cameo.
We should see who's on Cameo. Pay him like $10-$30 or whatever, and be like, "Hey."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, try to find the cheapest one that's in the show.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
You think Phil's on there?
Maybe. We have to find his name. So Sizemore gets mad that Maeve and Hector are being in love, and then Maeve starts questioning about his writing, and she's like, "Was there an Isabella for you?" And he's like, "Yeah," and she broke up with me.
Fucking Sizemore about lost his goddamn mind.
I like that part though, because he was like,
I liked it a little bit, but he's annoying. Cause I don't like it that there's a good scene with him.
It was annoying.
He gets less annoying.
He does, and then he dies. He's like most things. He's annoying the first season, and then they make him like with likable characters and shit, and then they kill him off. That's a typical show thing.
Yeah, I guess they killed him. I don't remember him dying.
I'm pretty sure he dies. Like for Maeve, I think, but I could have made that up.
I think he made it up.
I don't know. Angela brings Bernard to Dolores, and then she brings Bernard to her dad, and they have a whole conversation about being outside the park and all that, but it didn't really matter. Then asks him to fix her dad. She's like, "It's not a demand. I'm asking," and he just does it anyways. And then she says her plan is to dominate the world. And Bernard, I
guess Bernard was free.
Yeah, Bernard's like, "There's no dominating the outside world." Talking about that, and then you have a whole conversation about that.
Oh yeah.
What did you guys think about that?
Well, like I said, Bernard must have been free if she gave him the choice, right?
Yeah.
So I guess Dolores isn't as full of shit.
Bernard's kind of a pussy, though, so he's like, it's not the man's question. He's like, "I'll do it." Plus, I think he wanted to look up some shit and maybe steal some Abernathy.
Is this the part where she goes, she says that you're not even Or do you even think
this is the part, but before it meets with Peter, she's like, "Do you even know the man that you're based off of?" And he's like,
Yeah.
I was given a backstory and a storyline just like you, bitch. Whatever. He kind of like rolls his eyes at her.
Yeah. But she like Arnold's her maker, so she's just like.
So I like to when she walks in to talk to him too. She's like, "Oh, nice to see you, Bernard. Haven't had this." Like she kind of says what they normally say when they walk in to question each other. It was kind of neat with that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool part. Armistice shows up with a flamethrower, whereas Hector goes, "Oh, she has a dragon."
When you said there's a dragon in this episode later, I looked at you like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I knew what he was referring to.
I forgot. I remember him saying dragon.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like her too. That's
I
another
was
reason to
gonna
like
say,
Maeve.
oh.
Yeah, I see her and I think fucking octopus butthole. Still.
All right.
And then Maeve and the gang find Felix and Sylvester. Sylvester has a grenade stuck to his throat. That would blow. Literally.
Wow.
He
talks about us.
They have to undo and
He set himself up.
No, I actually didn't even mean for it to sound like that. I didn't mean to make the pun, but
Wow, that would blow.
like I would be terrible at that. If you put a grenade right here, I'd be dead.
Like, he's like, grenade.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Wow. Bernard finds an immensely complex encryption key in Peter Abernathy's head, and Dolores, like, they don't know what it is, and then he says, well, as long as, this is in his head and he's with you, they're going to be following you, and she's like, let them come. Charlotte Hill walks up to some soldiers, different than the ones we've seen with Bernard, and then she rolls out with them to get Peter. Charlotte Hill and her teams, like, so then now, like,
They get killed, right? The soldiers, like, later?
some of them do. Oh, maybe all of them do. Yeah, I don't remember.
Some of them get killed right there.
Yeah.
And they're getting
Oh, yeah, when she turned into Terminator?
Yeah, so then like they start preparing for battle. Charlotte Hale and her team sneak to the side to grab Peter. Dolores starts her secret plan. Like she's like pulls up the little flag. They lock the door and all this stuff. So
That was
they
pretty
can
fun.
kill the whole group.
It was funny when they took Peter and she's like, alert the horde, break them in half. Like it made me just think of like the fucking old ass like video game. Like I can't even remember the name of it. But
Wow, cool story.
With horde. What game uses they were hordes?
There's a lot of game with hordes.
Yeah.
The horde, that just reminds me of fucking zombies or something. Like a horde is.
Because I was like, wow, like
They're
alert the horde.
the hosts are kind of like zombies in a way.
Kind of, yeah. The men, the what?
Who had a dumber plan?
Yeah.
The people coming to get Dolores.
I think Dallas had a good plan. If it wasn't for having the secret plan, they wouldn't have even backfired. Because she turned around to do her plan and saw them. They were basically out with them.
Wait, what? He lost me.
Go on. What were you gonna say?
Well, they just came straight ahead.
Well, yeah, that was part. They came straight ahead so that the other team can sneak to the side.
Yeah. I thought it was behind, but
Yeah, they came straight ahead so then they could sneak off and go inside and get Peter.
Oh, I thought they were just attacking him, and she went along for the ride.
No, yeah, they were attacking, and then her car went to the side.
Like
she waited, they snuck in, grabbed Peter.
She had a good plan. I don't think they had a good plan.
I thought they were all together.
I don't think they were together. Maybe I'm wrong.
I assumed it was.
Oh, okay. And then like she just like turns around and sees him. She's like, "Argh," and then she goes after him. I just thought it's like you have this big fortress, and then you let him sneak in the side. Like post someone up on the side.
Well, they didn't expect that.
They shot him.
They got the plans from the Dallas guys that that's how the attack was going to come, was straight on. That's where Charlotte
I
Hale
know.
outsmarted them.
Can't you go like this?
Whatever. The men try to retreat, but Dolores locks them out. She shoots through the door, killing all the men outside. And then Angela shoots the nitro, and it blows up all the rest of the soldiers out there, like the Delos ones. Bernard's trying to leave. He falls in front of Clementine. She knocks him out and drags him away.
Fucking knocked the shit out
I
of him.
believe this is where she's going to bring him to...
Elsie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Dolores has Teddy execute the rest of the men, which I skipped this part by accident. So while they're taking out Peter, she walks out there Terminator style,
Yeah.
and starts shooting all the men, but her dad still gets away. And then Dolores has Teddy try to execute the rest of the men, and she says not all of them deserve to make it to the glory or valley beyond, whatever you want to call it. But then Teddy doesn't do it and tell them to get out of here, and Dolores doesn't like that.
She kind of has a point that none of them make it. On the one hand, she's like a bitch.
She said she's not that they don't make it; they don't deserve to make it.
Well, because if you take everybody, they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
There can be some asshole doing something stupid.
Emily crawls to shore with a huge scratch on her back and meets a couple of Indians, and then Maeve and the gang accidentally walk into Shogun World.
And I rolled my eyes.
Why?
So
I'm
more
just
pooped
kidding.
his panties.
That'd be pretty gross, picking up a fucking head.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But so I got a question. So do we want to watch Shogun World? Do you want to watch Kiksuya? Like, to do a video, and we're going to have to watch them probably regardless. Or do we want to do just talk about season 3 in the last episode of this?
I say we're talking about season 3. I don't know why I talked like that, but
You're the whole person. The only reason I'm bringing this up because why are we just doing one episode in the last podcast?
I just had questions.
So which would you guys rather do? Would you rather do 2 episodes in the last podcast and watch one of those, or season 3?
I say season 3.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so
we're skipping 2 episodes. We don't need to skip 2 because we're watching episode 10 by itself. So
the week before it starts, all we have on the docket is episode 10.
Okay.
So if we don't really need to skip 2, we could skip 1, but I don't care if we skip 2. I'm gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Do you want to do it? Because if not, we're skipping one next week.
Yeah, skip it. I definitely want to skip next week's.
Well, were you gonna watch it anyway? So that's why I'm asking. So that means we have to watch 3 episodes next week then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice.
I bet you $1 Hess won't watch it.
Okay. Well, I hope Shogun World
I'm
pops
not
up in
gonna
season
watch
3 and he's fucking confused and we're not helping him. Well, I don't know. I can't tell you about Shogun World. I don't know.
Then I'll just walk off the set. I'll be like, "Fuck you."
Wouldn't be the first time. But I'm fine with that. We skip it. We just watch 3. That's what my original plan was. I was just curious because we had extra space. So we
Well,
could do
I remember when you brought it up last week. I was like, well, why did we skip 2 if there's only one?
It's only because we started watching too late and it just happened to be that way. We would have started like the week before. We would have been doing 2.
Right, but no, that's cool. I mean, we could do. I don't know how much speculation is going to be on 3, but maybe we.
Supposedly there's supposed to be a teaser tonight, but as of recording this, so who knows if there will be or not? But that's just what I saw on Reddit.
I haven't seen anything.
But that's it for the podcast. You guys have anything else you want to say about these episodes, or any little stories you want to tell, or anything?
Yeah, I got a story to tell you.
Okay.
About a man named Jed.
So on Sunday, I had to go to work, and I leave early in the morning. Are you paying attention?
Yeah, I was just checking if that was recording.
I'm just kidding.
That was ironic.
That's why I did it. So anyway, it's 4:45. I'm leaving to go to work. It's dark. You guys know where I live. There's a car just parked, not in a parking spot, but he's just in the middle of the road. It's on. The headlights are on. The car's running. I didn't really think anything of it. It's 4:45. I'm like, oh, probably started his car. Had to run back into his house or something. So I come back home at it's 9:30.
It's still there.
Or still there, right?
Headlights still on?
I'm like, headlights still on.
Wow.
Still
do
running.
you think he turned him off and he saw your car coming? He's like, fuck. Ran outside there, turned it on, did all that shit, and ran and hid?
No, he definitely didn't, and you'll know why at the end. So, I drive by it. I don't see anyone in the car. So I'm just like, that's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
So I just called the non-emergency number for Phoenix
You're
Police.
such a good dude.
No, I'm just saying, it's just weird. This is almost 5 hours later. So the guy got arrested for DUI. He was drunk.
Oh, wow.
Wow, so you ruined that guy's life.
Yeah, apparently.
And I hope he watches this podcast now, and he's like, that motherfucker, I was a fan of you. I was driving to your house. I fell asleep drunk in my car.
Trying to help up.
The funny thing is, I told the cop, I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. He obviously
sounds like you were.
He's like, the cop's like, okay, narc.
He was like, he was sleeping it off, He goes, well, he got here somehow, so he definitely endangered people.
You could have lied. You could have said, no, I drove him here.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I find it hard to believe they could, I guess if his car is running and he's in the car, was he still?
You should fucking know, king of DUIs.
He said that even if you're in your car and it's not on, but the keys are in the ignition, they can give you a DUI. Without your car.
They can give you a DUI if your keys are in your pocket.
Yeah.
What if your keys are outside the car and you're sitting in the car drinking?
Nope.
So you could be like, fuck you, officer.
They'd probably arrest you.
And then you put a screwdriver in there and start it and drive away.
They could still arrest you, but
it just wouldn't hold up.
So you shouldn't say fuck you, copper, then?
Probably not. Nobody says copper.
I do. Fuck you, pig.
It wasn't me. It's my brother.
Yeah, I'm getting out of town.
How many interactions?
Swing about Kennedy.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, sure
I
you
added
did.
like an extra 3 of them. How many interactions have you had with Copper?
With Copper? A couple.
Uh,
I mean,
Okay.
I
was hoping you would elaborate.
well, I got arrested.
Did you call him a Copper?
No. He did tell
he
me.
said, "Get your hands out
He
of me."
did
Copper."
tell me to shut the fuck up though, and yelled at me.
It's like you can
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
fucking Boss.
Because the reason why I don't want to get into too much details. There's new people there and all that shit. But we got arrested in this apartment complex.
New people.
Like new owners of it. We weren't allowed to go there. But they were saying that they were saying the couple nights before they said there was 3 really tall Mexican kids there that were breaking like their lamps, and it was me, Brian, and someone else. We're like, we're short. I'm white. Brian's Mexican, and I don't remember the other kid was. But so they were saying, and
He was Mexican. I can't think of his name.
But then we were like, that wasn't like we yelled about it, and the cop goes, "Shut the fuck up!" And I was like, okay, sat back down. But they were trying to like pin other shit on us. But yeah, so I've had a couple. I didn't call him a copper though.
Well, is this like a restaurant or something?
No,
apartment
complex.
He just
okay.
they threw a rock and broke a window, right?
Well, they did. I was just there.
Oh yeah, Drum did throw a
remember
rock.
hearing this story?
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what got me started on Modern Warfare.
Was it that?
Yeah, because I came home and I was.
Oh yeah, I was
pissed.
grounded, and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna play Call of Duty because you're grounded," and I'm like, "Okay."
That's not true.
You're like,
Yes, it is.
No, I
said-
knew nothing about Xbox Live.
how did he react when you told him you're grounded? Did he just say?
I brought him. We were really pissed because you gotta. He didn't go to school. He broke a window, got arrested.
Right.
Like we weren't happy.
Right.
So
Was this the time when you like hung out on your roof before everyone left and like? When was that? Am I making that up?
I think you're making that up. If that happened, I don't remember it.
no, this was
I swear.
this was
you told
junior.
a story,
This was
like,
junior high.
This is 7th grade.
That you guys like you and like a buddy, like you guys skipped school and then like your mom or Nick came home, so you guys like snuck out into the backyard and like hit on the roof or something. I swear you fucking.
I mean, it sounds like something he would do.
I don't remember that. And I could have happened. I don't remember that at all. That very well could have happened, though. I don't remember.
That's funny.
But I told him I was gonna play. We had seen it, and I was like, "I'm gonna play this. How do you play this?" Because he made me get Xbox Live. You didn't make me, but you asked me for. Yeah. So and then I'm like, I was so stupid. It didn't even have a live thing because it was so new. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this Call of Duty thing."
Yeah, I was out. He made me go outside pick weeds, and then eventually I had to quit because he kept asking me, "How do I do this? How do I do this in the game?" And then eventually I was just sitting there helping him play Call of
Watching
Duty.
him.
Yeah. Well, fuck, I had a gun, and guy runs up and stabs me in the face with a knife. I'm like, wait a second. This isn't how this is supposed to work.
That's hilarious.
But yeah,
So if you didn't get in trouble, Nick might not play Xbox. Right now.
That's it.
yeah, fuck.
You could have saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, I could have saved Mom a lot of grief.
You could have just went to school.
Yeah.
You ever had any interactions with cops?
Yeah, a few.
Did you call him a copper?
No.
Now, interactions, does that include, like, work?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that doesn't count.
Do you
I fucking call a
do you
cop every
remember-
day.
Because I don't.
It doesn't count when I'm working at 3rd and Bell, and the pharmacy gets robbed, and I'm sitting out front smoking
No.
because it was before my shift, and 6 cops pull up and pull their guns on me because they
And
think that I'm the guy who.
and did
robbed
you
the
go,
pharmacy.
"Hey, drop the weapons, coppers"?
I would just be randomly just standing out front of the goddamn Walgreens.
I mean, that counts a little.
I wish there's like video of that. That'd be. I would love to see Hess's reaction.
There probably was video at
Cops
the time.
roll up and like pull guns on him. What he would like react like?
I mean, I just put my hands up right away. I'm going, dude.
You're like,
and
I
they,
work here.
literally-
The only thing I'm packing is a
literally
6-inch
walked
cock.
me to the front counter with a cop with a gun like to my head.
You had your
and
hoodie
was
on,
like,
right?
Yeah. Does this guy work here?
He had his hoodie on and he had his hands in his hood, going
And
like
then-
this, walking around outside.
Handful of
It's
Percocets.
fucking like 9:50 at night, so it's like I had to work. Like I couldn't be like, "Hey man, I just had 6 goddamn guns fucking pulled on me." Like I think I'm gonna take today off. 'Cause there's no one to cover.
When Macy's friends got caught stealing and got arrested, was she involved in that, or was she really not stealing? I don't remember. I remember
Call her up on
I remember you guys
Snapchat,
having to
yes.
go pick her up and shit.
I don't remember that.
Like they were at the
Call her
mall
on
and they were stealing
Snapchat.
from the mall, And like
I think I just had to pick her up.
I remember
It was Jackson or something.
Yeah, and the other one. I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name either.
Okay. Well, should probably wrap up because everything's probably about to die. So, any last things you guys want to say about Westworld?
Honk my titties.
All right. Next week, I believe it's episode 4 and 6. Just skip Shogun World and Kitsuya for people watching, whatever ones those are. I believe we're watching 4 and 6 next week, though. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you've ever been arrested, and we'll see you guys next week for episodes 4 and 6, I think. Would you be able to tell which one's your penis?